Sure if I need that.
No.
Thank you everyone, that was lovely and good evening. I want you to imagine that you are struggling with anxiety, having sleepless nights, worrying about how you're going to pay your household bills, put food on your table and clothe your children. You reach out to your local charity who's been helping you with your well-being while you're in crisis. And they have all the vital, essential goods that you need for your family, all supplied by Goods for Good. Not second-hand, but in new Uniqlo clothes. Next clothing, 9 trainers for your daughter, and nappies for your baby. Goods that would otherwise be treated as waste and sent to landfill or incinerated. My name is Andrew Anastasiou, and I'm head of fundraising at Goods for Good. And this is an example of what Goods for Good does to help people in crisis. We support people across the UK and overseas from our humble home in Watford in Hertfordshire. We believe in a truly sustainable world where every person, whatever their situation, has the vital essential goods to thrive. Tonight, your pledge will show your commitment to be kind to the planet and kind to people. I met our incredible founder, Rosalind Bluestone MBE, and I was inspired by the charity's impact. And I'm so proud to be standing here today, raising funds for the charity to develop our mission, helping people like you and me, who, by the grace of God, have fallen on hard times, through no fault of their own, losing the basic comforts of life that we all take for granted. I have seen the impact that the charity makes, supporting people driven from their homes or in deep poverty, young people and adults made homeless, whole communities in poverty because of where they live, Ukrainian and Afghan refugees fleeing in fear of their lives, and returning service people who are suffering from mental illness because of post-traumatic stress disorder. Here at Goods for Good, we tackle 2 issues: providing humanitarian aid to people in crisis here in the UK and overseas, and reducing the impact of waste on the environment. COVID, the cost of living crisis and fuel inflation have increased poverty in the UK. Only last week on the TV, there was reported 4.3 million children living in poverty. Other reports say 4.2 million families can't afford are in arrears for their household bills, and 3 million children are skipping meals because their parents can't afford the basic essentials. Fast fashion and online purchasing continue to rise. How many of you have bought an online fashion item and returned it? Where do they go? In the UK, 300,000 tonnes of fashion goods are sent to landfill, the same body weight as 4.3 million people, which could be repurposed to people in need, saving thousands of tonnes of carbon dioxide emissions. Unsold, nearly new, end of line or with minor defects, classified as waste, where thousands of people are going without. Goods for Good takes this surplus stock in bulk from major manufacturers and retailers and redistributes it to people in need through our network of charity partners. Founded 10 years ago, Goods for Good has distributed £53 million of vital aid to 5.1 million beneficiaries across 28 countries, with a CO2 saving equivalent to taking 1 million cars off the road for a year. When a tower block caught fire in Watford, 94 families were evacuated and 7 families were left destitute as their flats were destroyed by fire. After a call from Watford Community Housing, the Goods for Good team leapt into action and provided the vital essentials that those people needed for their temporary homes. clothing for children, nappies, bedding, toiletries, shoes. One of the fathers burst into tears because he couldn't believe that he'd received these goods within such a short time of the crisis that he was facing, knowing that his children were going to be able to brush their teeth and have a wash before they went to school the following morning. Every young child from those families received a teddy bear, a Herts teddy bear. Every £100 that you will pledge will deliver 400 items worth £5,000. That's a 1 in 50 return on your investment. How do we do this? We have a very low overhead. We have just 3 full-time staff and 3 part-time staff, and many volunteers. Your pledge will help us provide gifts of kindness to hundreds of people in crisis and bring them hope and dignity and help them thrive. Your pledges tonight will support an extra day for one of our key operational staff. Somebody like David, who's at the back of the office, who's only working 1 day a week at the moment, to help us deliver an extra 600 items a day, and in a year support over 2,500 people. They will source, pack and grade the donations and coordinate distribution through a network of trusted frontline charity partners to ensure they receive what they require, saving thousands of tonnes of waste and reducing CO2 emissions. Join our mission to be kind to people and kind to the planet by making your pledge to Goods for Good tonight. Thank you for listening.